Hello YouTube, Fresh Socks here. Now in today's issue of Fresh Tactical, I'm going to be showing you some action on the MP7. So I just recently bought a HK MP7 from Northern Tactical. It's close to where I live, and the charging handle for it was a little broken. And when I let one of my buddies look at the gun, he broke it the rest of the way. So if you can see right here, this was the original charging handle. I have like Velcro and stuff in here. I tried to fix it, and this piece snapped. This other like finger tab right here broke off up over here before I got the gun, and after this broke off, the whole charging handle just slid into the gun. So I ordered another MP7 charging handle off of KWA's website. I'm hoping that it's going to fit my H&K. Otherwise, I'm out $6 plus $3 shipping. Oops. So I'm going to show you how to replace it. If I can get this thing open. There you go. Quick comparison here. They look pretty much identical. Yeah, they're identical pretty much. Minus the broken side on here, of course. So, I've got my trusty little tap here and my little hammer. These pins can be a little stubborn sometimes, so you just gotta kind of tap them out of their positions. And then on the other side, just pull them out. Also, on this MP7, I knew this when I was buying the weapon, that there was a little plastic piece that was broken here, probably just because they tapped out the pins too many times. So I'm going to start by taking out the buttstock. Now, the buttstock actually goes mainly into the gun, and it also goes through the spring. I guess this you'd call this your buffer tube. I mean, doesn't really buffer anything, but it also gets you to this point here, which, if you can see in there, it's kind of hard to tell, but there is the whole trigger assembly is down here. And then on the back here, this is where the BB gets fired. So what I like to just do to get this to come all apart is just lock it down. It'll bring this entire piece out, and this is where your charging handle rides. So there's a groove in here that you can easily see right there, and that's your barrel. That this little notch right on the top there of the charging handle rides, it goes right in here, and this is what allows you to pull on the whole charging hand, on the whole bolt assembly. If it was a real gun, this would be the bolt assembly. So next up is putting the whole thing back together. So you have to take your, I guess you'd call this the bolt assembly, put it, there's a couple small tracks sitting down inside of here. You can't see them, but there's a whole bunch of little tracks that it rides in. And you just gotta line those up. And then this piece, I don't want to lose my spring here. This piece right here stays locked in there. Push it back into here. And then there's a hole. You can see that hole on the top there. You gotta slide this guy through that hole. This is probably gonna be easier without the spring in it, but push this all back. Sorry, I was doing that off camera. So this is all pulled back now. Now that you have the charging handle through the hole, just line up your spring in this back here with the hole in the back. Hold this top part as well. Lock everything into place. Now you can see that the charging handle is riding into the bolt assembly along with it being on the outside back here. Then you can just slowly push everything back into the gun, and then take your pins. I'm going to pop my bottom pin back in place first because that's the one that's holding everything mostly. Then take my chunk of plastic. This probably won't be for your gun that you'll have the chunk of plastic, but if it is, congratulations, our guns are in the same state. But I'm just going to kind of puzzle piece this thing back in there if I can. I have to... Oh, I can't anymore because I put my pin in. There we go. Then let's put our second pin in, and I don't know if you can see on here, but there you go. There's that little knob on the side of that pin there. That's got to line up with the little tick on the side of here. So just push her back into place. Maybe. There we go. So now your gun's put back together. Now I'm going to put back my buttstock. So just line up these tongs with the buttstock. Now it locks into the fully extended stage. You just hit your little buttstock release there, and everything's back together. Now you got a functioning charging handle instead of this broken one right there. And I will be back in just a second to show you how it all works again. Okay, so now you can see the charging handle here and your ejection chamber right there. Pulling back on that charging handle there and releasing. And here's the magazine for it. I only have one, but that's that. So I just want to look down the sides there because that looks dank. So if you pull the trigger right now, because there is nothing in the magazine, it will just lock right back like that. Then you hit your bolt release up here. I'm going to hold open my bolt release so I can fire in full auto. I guess there's an extra BB in there. Now it's out of gas. But that was what I wanted to show you. I want to show you that the charging handle is now working. So I'm pulling back, and it should lock there because there's nothing in the mag. Release, pull back, and release. So that is it. You have now fixed your charging handle on your HK MP7 with a KWA charging handle replacement for the MP7. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I've got time for today. And tune in next week for another video.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.